Hi everyone, and welcome to the My Message podcast. My name is Kyia Mochitani, and I'm your host for today's episode. Every episode, it'll be me right here. And on the My Message podcast, we are working to make our messy life our message. And so let's get right into it. I feel like I just wanted to do an overview of how far the podcast has come. I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions and just wrap up this 2022 through this episode. So, this is kind of annoying me. Okay, so let's get right into it. By no means am I trying to brag by sharing some stats. By no means do I feel like I'm trying to boast. I just say this in the most humble way because I feel like when something cool kind of happens, we should share with each other. And I think celebrations are best shared with other people. So, but before I even share those stats, I just want to say this. Thank you. Thank you so much for following along my messy journey. Thank you so much for tuning in when there's so many other things on the web that you could be listening to, but the fact that you're taking 20 minutes out of your day to listen to this, it doesn't make sense in my head that this is actually happening and people are actually listening. It just feels so surreal and so cool, and I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you an amazing 2023. So here are some stats backing this podcast. So at the very beginning, we were doing WTD podcast, and then I don't even remember when it was, but then I was like, okay, we are actually going to do a rebranding and we're going to call it My Message. And so you guys stood along for that, and that's so cool to even even think about. So, this thing is just bugging me. Okay, here it is. But I wanted to share some stats with you guys. So, over the course of all the podcasts, there has been over 1,700 downloads in North America. There has been listeners in Spain, in the UK, in Austria, in Germany, in Indonesia, in Denmark, in Netherlands, in Hong Kong, in Sweden, in Japan, in Cambodia, India, South Africa, Poland, Belgium, Iceland, and a few other countries. I just feel like that is so cool to hear that there's listeners from all around the world in a way. When I'm just such a small little podcast, just starting out, there's listeners, even if it's one listener, say in India. The fact that there was one in India, what the heck? That is so cool for me to even listen and hear and see. I haven't even looked at my stats because sometimes the numbers gets me a little sad. But then the other day when I was wanting to do a overview and share some stats with people, that is so freaking cool. That is so cool. And I was like, is that even real life? That is so amazing. On YouTube, there's been over 2,300 views total. And I don't know, I just feel like this is so crazy because a year ago, this podcast wasn't even created. It was just an idea, and I just spent hours and hours and hours working on it and renting out a room in the library at Ole Miss and just editing and sharing my mind and brain dumping, brainstorming. And the fact that in August, I was able to post my first episode, and then 4 months later do an overview of all the statistics and all the cool things about it. That is just so incredible. And I feel dang, that's something to be proud of myself, but I struggle with being proud of myself. So that's a story for another time. I'm definitely going to do a podcast episode on that, but I just feel like that's kind of cool, and I just wanted to share. So thank you for that. Thank you so much. And with that being said, I wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions. I never say this word. I try not to. But in this scenario, I mean it. I hate how people think that they need to wait to the first of the new year, of January, to start getting their life on track. when really we can actually start getting our life on track tomorrow, today, in the next hour. So I just feel like that's just like, you don't need to wait to do till the new year to revamping and start cleaning out what needs to be cleaned out, right? I want to ask you this. How many times have you taken out a piece of paper and wrote out all the things you wanted to do? I want to lose weight. I want to run every single day. I want to drink a green juice. I want to spend time with family. I want to cut off my screen time. And then as soon as when like the thick of life hits you right in the face, smack dab in the face, boom, resolutions gone. Where were they? Where was my running today? Oh, I'm so tired from staying up late and da 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 da. I feel like there's so many reasons why New Year's resolutions suck butt and why they don't work, and I want to give you a few. Number one, it's not actually what you want. You don't actually want to drink a green juice every day. You don't actually want to cut off your screen time. It's like it's something different. It's like there's something that you need to do, and along the way is cutting off your screen time, right? Number two, it's too generic with no time frame. There's no like, okay, want to lose 5 pounds by this with a plan backing it. Number three, it's not flexible nor sustainable. It's like, okay, this is going to be my routine for like the next year, 365 days. And if I miss it, then I suck. And then you miss it. And then it's like, okay, well, that sucks. Not going to do that again. There's no good reasoning behind it. You just feel like, oh, everyone's writing New Year's resolutions. I'm just going to too. And this is like what I want. And like I said, there's no plan backing your resolutions. I want to say I'm a victim to New Year's resolutions. My mom, every single year, would make us write out our New Year's resolutions. We weren't allowed to leave the house on New Year's until they were done. Like, it was that, like, and every year I'd write out, I want to lose 10 pounds. I literally written this. I want to start running. I want to get all A's in school. I want to do this. And then as soon as life gets right in the way, like, boom, my resolutions were gone. I feel so motivated. Day 1. Day 2, running every single day. And then boom, day 3, it's like, what the hell? Where did it go? And so I want to change our framing on New Year's resolutions. I kind of just want to drop New Year's resolutions altogether. Like, just drop the whole New Year's thing. Like, just forget that New Year's is even happening. Since we're talking about getting our life on track, let's just get our life on track despite what time it is, right? So let's just call this a commitment to yourself. I don't know if you've heard in my previous episode, I forget which one, but I always said, I hate the word goals. I like the word commitment. Let's change goals to commitment. Goals is like, oh, eventually I'll get there. Resolution is, oh, eventually this will change. I'm going to stick to this every day. But let's do like, no, let's actually go, this is a commitment I am making to myself, or a promise to yourself, right? So I promise myself that this is what I'm holding. Sorry, there's a little motorcycle running by. That's sweet. Okay, sorry about that. What if we drop the whole New Year's thing and say, this is a commitment to myself, or a promise? Like, you know what? I'm promising that this is what I'm going to be doing for myself, and I'm not going to let myself down. What if we have a plan of action backing all of these commitments? I want to go with you step by step on how to create a commitment that you're actually committed to, how to create a promise that you actually promise yourself to. Because there's always a method of doing things, and there's always a detailed plan backing so many people's routines, so many people's goals, so many people's commitments, so many people's promises, right? And so we are going to do this the smart way. I wish I can take credit for this, but I was researching a lot and I came across this and I just was like, oh my God, this is so good. Everyone needs to hear this. So we're going to do this the smart way. S is for specific goal. M is for meaningful. A is for actionable. R is for realistic. And T is for timely. Okay? Number 1, S, smart. Of the smart thing. It's specific goal. What is the specific goal that you want? What do you want to accomplish? If you need to pause me right now and take out a piece of paper and just write out SMART. And under S, you write specific goal, right? I want you to write down these questions and truly answer them. What is the specific goal that you want, and what do you want to accomplish? I'll plug in something for me. The specific goal I want is to not miss a day of the podcasting, and just focus a lot more time and energy into my podcast. Okay, let's be even more specific. Okay, my specific goal is that I want to double my downloads or double my listeners by next year. My specific goal, I want to accomplish growing my podcast, okay? Growing it in the way of, maybe it's 2x listeners. Maybe it's more content every day. M, meaningful. What is your reason with this commitment? What does this goal, what does this commitment, what does this promise mean to you? To me, it means being able to reach more people's hearts. To me, it means being able to do something that I love and show people, no, you actually can do something so taboo in your family. You can do something different than the majority of people. That's what it means to me. I want to reach more people, to reach their hearts and reach their minds and change it and transform it for the better. That's what my specific commitment means to me. What does yours mean to you? Number A is actionable. What are your first steps in achieving this goal? What is your POA, plan of attack? Well, my first steps in achieving this goal is to use the camera that I got for Christmas and know how it works and start filming off that and start filming more content for my Instagram on my camera, right? That's my first step. I need to figure out my camera. What's my plan of attack? Okay, then it's my camera, and then it's figuring it all out, like all like the technology stuff, and then I'm getting a new software for editing and stuff, so figure that out as well. Okay, then once I get all of that figured out, become a master at that, okay, then I'm gonna translate that into my Instagram and show up, have a big presence on my social media so people can see, oh my God, she's not giving up, she ain't going nowhere. So what are your first few steps in achieving this goal? Maybe number 1 should just be freaking start. Okay, what's number 2 after you start? What's your plan of attack? R in SMART is realistic. How can you make sure that this goal is sustainable? How can you make sure that this goal is achievable? Is this really something that's like you could do every single day or however many days you need to do it? Sorry, I'm a little stuffy, but is this achievable? Yes or no? Is running every single day, writing on your smart paper, running every single day, is that sustainable? Can you run every single day? I mean, I'm sure, but like what happens when the thick of life hits you right in the face? Smack dab, boom. Right? Is this sustainable? Is losing 10 pounds in 2 weeks sustainable? Is that even achievable? Let's make sure it's realistic. T is timely. When do you want this achieved by? When do I want to master Final Cut Pro? When do I want to master my camera? When do I want to master my Instagram presence and a social media schedule by? How many hours of the day or week will I need to put into this? So I can make sure I plan accordingly, that my jobs doesn't interfere with that. How can you make sure that this many hours fits in your busy week? Where does this fit in your day? Where does this fit in your week? Is it the morning? Is it the first hour when you wake up? Is this the right smack dab middle of the day? And so I want you guys to create a plan of action I want you to create a plan of action backing all of these commitments using this SMART. I want you to do this the smart way. And I'm going to reiterate so you don't forget and you don't have to go back. S, specific goal. M, meaningful. A, actionable. R, realistic. And T, timely. 5 things, right? And I feel like once you do that, and once you have a clear, I feel like this will give you like a clear vision on what you need to do and give you a lot more of a direction than just writing out, than simply just writing out, I want to run every day and drink greens every day and eat whole foods every day. So it's like, okay, is this sustainable? You know, just ask yourself these questions, write out on a piece of paper if that's what you want to do going into this new year or anything like that. I hope that you gain something from this. And to wrap up, simply thank you. Just seriously, thank you. I feel very blessed that I'm able to even have the strength to start a podcast and do a rebranding and then post it and then share things that I never thought I would share online. Like, it just feels so cool. And I'm just so thankful for you and this whole thing. Like, what? This is so awesome. Like, I can't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine doing that a year ago, like in December when I was editing this podcast. I was like, literally, like, I would get anxious in that library room. Like, is this really what you want to do, Kyia? Like, there's no going back once you do it. And I was so scared to tell people because that meant I actually had to do it. And so finally I forced myself to like start telling my friends. So once it was out there kind of thing. But thank you guys so much. I wish you guys an amazing 2023. And I wish that you find the strength and you get the strength to do what you want to do and to chase after your biggest, most wildest dreams. And I cannot wait to see what 2023 has in store for you. Like, is that even, like, that's crazy. 2023. I can't wait. That's so cool. I'm excited to see where I'll be in a year from now. So I'm going to look back at this and be like, what the hell? Anyway, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, a million times over again. I love you. I love you. I love you. And I love you. And this is a short message from my little baby cousin. I'll just end it with that. Do you want to tell anybody anything for the new year? Any piece of advice? Anything you want to tell people going into the new year, 2023?
17, right here.
And do you want to tell us what that means?
What did we say?
You said 17. What does that mean?
We go to the ice skating rink when we're done working.
You have it here, everybody. You have it here. 17. Go to the ice skating rink after work. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else?
What the heck? And that's my last word.
Okay. Thank you. I love you guys. Have the best day ever. Mwah.